Sheesh. So guys, check this out. Damn, it's finally warm. It's finally warm outside, and yeah, hopefully guys doing good and kind of enjoying your vacation or anything that you may have going on. Um, yeah, it's been a while that I went back to YouTube, and I typically would go every day, but recently, I've been kind of, slacking and not really going on YouTube. Why? Because OpenClaw does it for me. Okay, not the YouTube part, but well, sort of the YouTube part. It just makes it easier whenever I go live or whenever whenever I wanted to. In fact, whenever I don't even want it to, it just kind of does it. Um, Uploads content, automatically extracts transcripts, and makes it really simple, everything to get access to. So I find it pretty cool. And yeah, so I just wanted to go live real quick and tell you guys what I'm up to. So I started working on what's called Feudal OS. So what I did is I replicated like what Claude does with like Claude Remote, where you could do like Claude co-work type of stuff, where you could work co-work on your computer, but remotely from your iPhone. So I quickly replicated that as part of my Feudal OS. And yeah, I'm using it now to kind of manage my personal life, my professional life, my passion, and the bot just literally, OpenClaw just does it for me. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about all sorts of projects with all sorts of guardrails baked in as well. It's kind of interesting studying the guardrails and concepts. And I managed recently to kind of, as a side hustle, kind of work in university settings, and as a side hustle, work in consulting settings, providing lots of consulting services for all sorts of folks. I came across one pattern across all of those organizations is kind of like many of those organizations just really like have so much going on that yeah, like I can totally understand why people can't get a lot of stuff done. So I was invited as an outsider to come in like a American university and see how I could optimize their pipelines. So what I did is I created entire university in a box. This took me like literally, I don't know, 3 weeks. And then I went ahead and I replicated the same model of university in a box and applied it to a totally different industry, both in government, type of side hustles. And what I came across listening to all the folks in the government and listening just in general, like how university works, how like why people even go on strike, I kind of looked around and to see why teachers are going on strike, and it became quite evident why that is the case of me just working a few weeks as an instructor. And it's funny, like those problems that many folks face, they're solvable, and I found a way for how to solve many government related issues just AI. And it's kind of easy. I went ahead and I recreated the whole brain. First it was for my own talent agency, then it was for university, then it was for side hustle. And what I did is it became quite evident with me that there's certain things that there's no way that you'll be able to, like manually in your head, be able to track. It's going to be impossible. So what I discovered across all of those organizations, including universities, top universities, even where I'm teaching, what I discovered is those rigid, non-agile, kind of really kind of how should I even describe, archaic processes. Archaic. I'm talking about like Stone Age processes. Guys, in 2 weeks, I was able to recreate entire university in a box, just with a bunch of agents and OpenClaw in 2 weeks. And right after that, I went ahead and I turned around and did the same thing for multiple police precincts. And while doing all that, I went ahead and I did it for my own talent agency. Guys, we're moving in a direction of super intelligence, and a lot of like things that you could do now with OpenClaw, many folks don't even touch. But when I went ahead and started stacking operational intelligence and one type of intelligence over another, I kept stacking it. It was just like, wow. I was on a I was on a Telegram chat with a bot to like to infinity almost. I would be coming up with one set within a subset of a set. I would be building upon one intelligence on top of another, and it was just, oh my God. I was able to recreate I was just able to analyze the entire university, how people work in university, why people going on strike, why people are really like fed up and don't want to work, and how many of those problems could be solved with AI. And I looked at it, and to me it was obvious. Right now what's happening on enterprise scale, I report to AI committee, and I work in a tightly coupled squads. And when the way those squads operate is quite interesting. It's different than the type of workflow that you used to perhaps seeing. The type of workflows that I'm involved in revolves synchronization of minds, different minds. They're synchronized, meaning like when I work on projects, I don't have to explain anything to anybody before. I have to explain whatever it is that I needed to explain. Now I don't even need to explain anything. I just tell the OpenClaw what I want, at least on a small business settings, and stack all of the existing sovereign protocols and like self-healing recovery protocols, one on top of another. Keep stacking, and just let it sprawl like a beast. Like yesterday I gave it a voice. Now I could connect to it remotely, talk to it, and that wasn't even a big deal. At first I was like, man, you know what, it could be nice if I create a bunch of presentations and all that. But then I was like, man, why am I bothering to even create presentations? Why not just recreate entire like PowerPoint real quick, and then embed that within an actual demo, with an actual simulation, with an actual solution. And I was able to pull that off. And right after that, I was wondering, like, why do I even need to demo anything at all? Why not just let the AI demo everything for me? And it was just one thing on top of another. I kept including myself in a set and adding multiple subsets right under that. And the best way I could describe it is, how should I describe it? Imagine that central brain, and I refer to it as feudal educator clay. And that clay happens to be operating different agents across my personal, my professional, my passion lifestyle. It has guardrails for what can or cannot happen when I'm involved across different side hustles. And the truth is, like, what I discovered in many of those organizations kind of try to place you in a box, and based on how bureaucratic and archaic many of those systems are on a government level, on just me, by doing this as a side hustle teaching in university, I realized that there's lots of redundant processes and incredible amount of paperwork that doesn't actually need to be done this way. And the entire teams need to be restructured completely in terms of how people communicate with one another, how they're growing, how they're supporting the mission. I came across that, and to me it felt quite easy. I immediately built many solutions on the fly just over the past week. Incredible solutions, just absolutely incredible solutions, guys. You could take a look at Andy's community to see how crazy the solutions are. I stopped talking. I don't even go live on YouTube anymore. I stopped talking. Why? guys, because AI, literally, like, I managed to get AI to stack intelligence on top of one intelligence, on top of another. It keeps stacking, like thread stack. Except I don't need to clarify anything to anybody. I could just hop in a car. I could talk to it. I gave it a voice the other day through Telegram. I gave it a Gemini API, real-time live voice as well. I gave it a way for me to make entire set of the entire solution that I just built for multiple police precincts took me a week. Can you imagine building a cybersecurity solution, fully blown solution across multiple layers in 1 week? This is basically what I was able to do with OpenClaw. Now, a lot of people may raise their eyebrows and say, you're violating things or whatever. Guys, if you don't like completely be guardrail free, exploring without any kind of boundaries, then you'll be in a box and you will never be innovative. What I did is I went free, like completely free, without any kind of guardrails, just combining my personality, my personal, my professional life across all different layers. Now, of course, I didn't go live and into production. I kept it kind of on my own. I didn't go live, and that's where the main guardrail comes in. But there's certain ways for how you could keep things private and still benefit from multiple parts of your life. But what I discovered is that a lot of people will try to place you in a box. A lot of them will kind of make you be like, oh, do this, you can't do that, whatever, and then you end up being like a process prisoner, not really the freedom founder. And I discovered that, and I'm like, man, this is too archaic. All those systems, it needs to be redesigned completely. Like right now, guys, when I talk to people, when I consult people, I just tell them, look, what you're gonna do, you're not gonna listen to me anymore. You're just gonna listen to AI, and you're gonna communicate through GitHub. And what I do is I include everything through OpenClaw into GitHub, and it packages everybody, all the employees. Everybody has instructions, and everybody report back to GitHub, and then OpenClaw sees everything and then tells me like, okay, we're missing this, that, whatever. And of course, everybody is moving like a tightly coupled squad. It's not really like a free-for-all where everybody is in disjointed Zoom meetings all over the place doing their own thing. No, it's all coordinated. It's like an elephant moving with multiple legs, all four legs at the same time. So yeah, that's basically the reality, guys. The reality that we live in today. And the reality can be, tough when you don't have anything going on. It could be tough, but luckily it's not bad. Luckily it's not bad, guys. So I cut the tree. I wanted to take you guys over here for a quick walk. My name's Ron Wells, and I cut the tree. I got some bubbles flying around. Don't mind that, guys. So let's talk about it. So I arrived, and believe it or not, right now I'm gonna be teaching in university online for like next 3 hours, and after that I'm gonna be driving for the next 3 hours because I have a government contract that I'm gonna be consulting. So I cut the tree over here, and I think I'm just gonna sit down over here, do some timesheets, maybe do some timesheets. Yeah, that's what happens, guys. We have, how many timesheets have you guys from multiple side hustles? Sheesh. Oh my God. So one from university, I teach in university. The other one is consulting. The other one is full-time job. Well, luckily I don't have to do timesheets there. It's just common sense. But yeah, and I